Nicole Smith.
And Justinder from Blood and Iron, New Mexico.
We're here today to talk to you about dealing with defensive fighters. Now, there are those fighters that you encounter that will not engage unless you do something first.
They will wait and wait and wait and will almost never make the first move. They get really good at counter-striking, so basically using your moves against you.
So today we'd like to have a look at how to deal with defensive fighters, or at least some of the ways that we've found to deal with it.
There are two types of counter-strikers, the skilled and the unskilled.
So first we're going to have a look at the unskilled. Now the unskilled will wait forever, or they'll just throw little snipe attacks as you move into measure.
Now the snipe attack can be a legitimate technique. However, these people, it's all they're going to be doing whether it's safe or unsafe.
Now one of the best ways we've found to deal with this is to actually enter safely, most likely with a thrust.
And now that she has her tip in my face, I've got to do something about it.
And as he does something about it, it leaves him open and I'm going to keep pressing my attacks. Eventually he's going to make a mistake. So let's have a look at the skilled counter-striker. Now this person is waiting for something very specific.
That is the key. They are looking for a specific strike or technique so they can do their thing. Don't feed them.
For instance, if I know Justinder is waiting for a downward descending strike, and he comes in with his counter, I'm not going to give him that. I'm going to try something different. Come in over the top, and then come around for my Zork. Break through. Most defensive fighters do not like being pressured. In fact, they would much prefer to wait for an opportunity to do their thing.
If you keep applying pressure without giving them what they're looking for, they're eventually going to break and just throw something. And since throwing first is not their thing, you're going to have them at a disadvantage.
Now, for instance, if I wanted to pressure Justin into doing something and reacting, keeping my point in his face is a really good one, and just keep working into his measure.
And I don't like a point in my face.
So now that he's cleared my point, it opens up opportunities for me. The last kind of defensive fighter we're going to have a look at is the purely defensive fighter. This person isn't throwing anything in regard to attacks. They're just defending themselves. Little block here, little block there.
At the end of the day, they're not doing anything to threaten you when you attack, so you can just keep going and eventually overwhelm them.
Dealing with defensive fighters can be a bit of a challenge, whether they refuse to engage or they're a skilled counter-striker.
They're comfortable hanging back, looking for that one snipe or that one move where they can turn it around on you. So what you got to do is make them feel uncomfortable.
Press the vor. But remember, there is the opposite of that, is the too aggressive fighter, so try to be somewhere in between. And remember, if you don't practice, you're not going to get the result.